The feds have said no to Idaho's attempt to sidestep the Affordable Care Act. We're talking about something that started as an executive order in the state of Idaho, where the governor said, we're not going to follow the Affordable Care Act. We're going to rebuff the rules that are coming down because, in his opinion, the ACA wasn't working for Idaho and wasn't very popular. He thought he would take his chances with an executive order that rebuffed the Affordable Care Act rules, and his order said, you don't have to, insurance companies, you don't have to follow the conditions of the Affordable Care Act as long as you sell at least one compliant plan. Then you can sell other plans that are non-compliant. Totally against the Affordable Care Act, the law of the land right now, but he thought he would take his chances and see what happens in this administration with the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services saying they want to give states as much flexibility as they can. So Blue Cross Blue Shield right out of the gate said, okay, we're going to sell 5 non-compliant plans. This was called outrageous, illegal, not helping consumers in any way, flaunting the consumer protections of the Affordable Care Act. And they got a reply back from the Centers for Medicaid and Medicare Services, and this is what they said. No. CMS said, and this is Seema Verma talking, ACA remains the law of the land, and CMS has a duty to enforce and uphold that law. There were areas where CMS identified that executive order clearly violated the Affordable Care Act, protections for pre-existing condition, lifetime and annual coverage limits, and covering the essential health benefits. Now, here's where the letter goes off the track a little bit, though. CMS, when saying, no, you can't violate the law of the land, they went a step further and said, but here are some things that maybe you should consider if you don't want to follow the Affordable Care Act. Maybe you should work on some short-term insurance or some association health plan rules for your state. So we saw the true colors of CMS in this letter, where they were really trying to say, we really don't like the Affordable Care Act, but you can't just flaunt it illegally. So good news and bad news coming out of CMS, and at least for right now, Idaho will not be selling non-compliant plans. Now, the jury is still out on what's going to happen in the future with the flexibility CMS is giving the states with regard to short-term insurance and association health plans, ways to sell non-compliant plans and call them still a legal sale of insurance. That's something we'll be watching, and we'll bring that to you in separate video case tips. For now, if you want, you can read the executive order from the state of Idaho yourself. You can then read a little bit more on that CMS letter to Idaho, which was made available and summarized in this New York Times article that we highlight. You can also share your story with us or share your feedback, and you can do all of that at healthwatchwisconsin.org. Thanks for watching.